Hi, my name is Will, and today I'm going to show you how to put together a clarinet. One of my assignments for one of my classes, Woodwind Techniques, is I have to learn all of the woodwinds. And so to show that I learned how to put together a clarinet, you get to find out today how to put together a clarinet. Shout out Dr. Speak. First, you're going to start by opening up your clarinet. Here are all the pieces. Let me tell you what they are. This is the bell. This is the lower joint. This is where your left hand goes. This is the upper joint. This is where your right hand goes. This is the barrel. The middle object is your mouthpiece. The object on the left is your ligature, and the object on the right is your reed. We're also going to be using some cork grease and a swab. Before you put any of the pieces together, the first thing you should do is grease your cork. You take your cork grease and you rub a little bit on there, a little daub. Then you take your finger and rub it all into the cork a few times. I've heard to do it till it's hot, but it really doesn't matter as long as you've greased it. All right, your hand's gonna get a little bit greasy. When putting together your clarinet, you always start at the bottom and then go up. So you start with the bell, then you add the lower joint. When you add a piece to your clarinet, it's best to twist and push at the same time. That way you don't bend any of your keys. Once you've done that, you add the upper joint. There's a little key right here that tells you if your clarinet is aligned when you put it together. Make sure you line up this little piece here with this little piece here. In order to make that a bit easier, you can push this button right here and it will lift that key up to help you when you're putting together your clarinet. Then once you've done that, add your barrel to the top, then add your mouthpiece to the top. You want it so that your mouthpiece is aligned with these two keys down here. The easiest way to check it is to look down the clarinet and see if they're aligned like this. The next step in building your clarinet is to wet your reed. I'm using this. Typically a beginner would use a size 2.5. You can just look that up on Amazon. You wet it. You can either put it in a cup full of water, or you're gonna put it in your mouth. Once your reed is nice and wet, you're gonna place it on to the mouthpiece so that the tip of the reed aligns with the tip of the mouthpiece, and so that the sides of the reed are straight with the sides of the flat side of the mouthpiece. Then finally, add your ligature onto the mouthpiece. Try to keep the reed straight while you do so. Some ligatures will have the screws in the front like this one. If you're using a leather ligature, it'll be in the back, but that's dependent on your ligature. For now, this one will be in the front. Once you've done that, congratulations. You have put together your clarinet. In order to play your clarinet, what you got to do is you want to align your lips with, there's a very tiny sliver between the reed and the mouthpiece, and you want to align it where that sliver stops. You can easily find where that is by either putting a business card in there, or you can hold it up to the light and look at it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as close as you can get it. You're going to put your top teeth on the top of the mouthpiece, and you're going to curl your lip over your bottom teeth and put that where the reed is. It's going to look something like this. You want to make sure your clarinet is angled at about, 30 degrees when you're playing, somewhere between like 30, 35 degrees. It's going to be pointing toward your knees when you have it right, like this. Here's what it's going to sound like when you're done. I'm going to play Hot Cross Buns. clarinet should sound like. I'm not very good at clarinet. Once you are done playing your clarinet, you have to make sure it's nice and dry on the inside or else it's going to get moldy. So we have to swab it. You're going to take your swab, it's a little cloth with the, it has like a weighted tip on it, and you're going to put the weighted end inside the barrel. Sorry for very close video. Recording and doing this is not easy at the same time. Then you're going to grab the other end and you're going to pull it through, just like, it can get a bit stuck sometimes. That's okay. You're gonna pull it through. Now this is nice and dry. Set this to the side. The nice part is you can swab your clarinet in two pieces. So we did the mouthpiece and the barrel. Now you take your swab and you put it into the bell, like so. Sorry if you can't see. I'll fix it in a second. Put the weighted piece into the bell so that it hangs out the other end, like so. Then you pull the weighted piece all the way through. Helps if you wrap it around your hand. That's how you clean your clarinet out so it doesn't mold and get nasty. Then you take apart your clarinet and put it back in its case. When you're pulling the pieces apart, it's best to twist and pull at the same time for the same reason you pushed and twisted earlier to put it together. And that's how you put together and make your first sound on a clarinet. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.